Opportunity to be able to fight in this building. This is the third time for me. Just every time we do it bigger and we do it better, you know. So I'm so excited to showcase my skills and showcase why I'm the greatest one of all time on Saturday. I want to thank all of the fans who bought tickets, who spent your hard-earned money. Y'all, people drove here from New York. They flew in from New York, LA, Ohio. People are coming in from all over the world to come to this fight. And Lani's family came from New Zealand. So thank you guys for being here to cheer for her. She would definitely need you guys up on Saturday because most of the house is going to be in the house for me. So I'm just happy that, you know, that we got so much support. And, you know, and that I get to share the card with Sammy Worthington, Caroline. I mean, these girls are, you know, I came up with Caroline the Amateurs and Samantha, you know, I met Samantha at a very strange time in my life. I had been going through a lot and I had lost my faith in God, and I stopped believing. And then I met Sammy and she made sure I got my belief back in God. And this is back in 2015. It was right before my second Olympic run. I had been going through so much, and I just like, at this point, you know, I don't know if God really, you know, cared about me as much as I thought he did. And, you know, she helped me get my faith back. You know, she hosted the Bible studies every week at the Olympic Training Center when I was living there. And my belief came back. And I'll never forget the day because I had felt so numb for a long time, and I hadn't really felt anything emotionally. And one of her services that she did for Bible study, she was like, you know, close your eyes and put your hands out. And, you know, she was like, God, if you're real, you know, come in here and, you know, touch our hands. And I was sitting there like, girl, stop. And I just remember like, this is a hoax, you know, because I had stopped believing. And when I tell you that God came in there and he touched my hands and he let me know, listen, I am here for you. I got you. That is how I got my belief back. I started believing, and that day, I cried tears of joy. We sang, we cried, and I've never forgotten that. So I thank Sammy for that, and I'm happy that she gets to have her moment here at LCA, and she'll be fighting for a world championship, and God gonna show up for you just like he did for me. So I'm just so happy about that. I'm getting chills. You know, I don't tell people my business, but I'm just grateful for this. You know, to be able to share the card with Tony Harrison. People don't know. I've been knowing him since I was 11 years old. I watched him fight the big leagues when I was an amateur, and I was able to watch him fight at the club shows here. And I mean, the same person he is today, same person he was back then. I mean, just as outgoing, just as loud, just as himself. And you know, I think having a role model like him let me know like it's okay to be yourself. You don't got to be all stuck up and put together how everybody thinks you're supposed to be put together all the time. You know, I like that he walked in here himself. He went over to Australia to fight against Tim Tszyu, took his shirt off. I mean, it's too crazy. And I was just sitting there like, you know, when it like comes to trash talk, it got Adrian Broner, it got Tony Harrison, it got myself, and then you got Floyd Mayweather, the best trash talkers in the best trash talkers in boxing. So now that I go to that, I just want to talk about this fight here at LCA. I want to thank Salita Promotions, Win Records, the whole 313 Presents, the street team that also came with Win Records. I mean, we have done a lot of promoting for this fight. So for it to be sold out is really shows testament to the hard work that we all put in. And Papa's not here, but Papa's put in a whole bunch of hard work too. And we just been really pushing for this to be one of the biggest fights, you know, ever. You know, I know we saw some great women's fights in July at the Madison Square Garden, and as great as those fights were, it was not a GOAT show. Nobody put on a GOAT performance. Everybody looked good, I'm not gonna lie. I love how they came out dancing and punching the air and, you know, with different rappers and stuff, but this fight here is levels above that, in my skill set and my power is levels above all those girls put together, and that's the truth. So now as we go to this fight, I have a very sturdy opponent in front of me, and Lani Daniels. I want to tell you something. I have not taken you lightly. People keep saying that they don't know who Lani is, and you know, sad to say, you guys don't know who half of the girls, who any of the girls fight is, because nobody works on building a brand like I do. So you can't try to shoot me in the foot over that. You know, my last opponent, Danielle Perkins, was 6'2". When we started the promotion, she had 9,000 followers. We ended after the fight, she had 36,000 followers. So started with 9, ended up with 36,000, and I told Danielle Perkins she needs to get back in the ring ASAP. You know, so I've been building my brand to where I have 1.4 million followers, and I think it's over 2 million worldwide. So to share that platform with Lani is very, very special. It's gonna be more eyes that's ever been on you on Saturday, you know, in the building, online, on the zone. It's gonna be huge, and I want her to know that my mom will be there, my niece will be there, Win Records will be there, my man will be there, girl. I cannot let you beat me up, you know, I can't do it. You know, it's a lot on the line here, but I have put in so much time and work, and I told you last time you saw me, I was a little chubby. About a month and a half ago, I was a little chubby. I had some fat on the arms, you know, and I'm here to tell you today, I told you I was gonna come back and I was gonna look like this. I told you. And my butt has shrank, and my six-pack is there, and my muscles is on 10. I got neck muscles, y'all can't see them because it's hid behind the hair, but I have prepared for you and your coach very, very hard, and me and my team know what you bring to the table, and we respect you, and I thank you for coming all the way over here from New Zealand, bringing your family. You know, I look forward to sharing the ring with you, and everybody keeps saying that they feel that they're a little scared for you, you know, and I'm not a little scared for you. I know that you're gonna come and you're gonna bring it, but if you can bring out a different beast in me to where I have to rise to a different occasion, then I'll be scared for you. Right now, I'm not scared for you yet. I am ready to see how hard you're gonna come out there and fight on Saturday, and if you really wanna keep your 2 belts, and if you really wanna be champion, because if you do that, then that's when you're gonna see a great, great fight, a great, great show. But, you know, Lani is very, very nice, but I'm gonna try to break her spirit that she has, and she has a strong spirit, you know, so I'm just looking forward to just going out there and doing what I do best, but it will be skills on display, power. I'm coming out with Rick Ross, okay? This place is gonna be filled. If you have not got your tickets, I'm sorry. I don't have any on hand. All I can do is send you a link. The nosebleeds is what's left. If you didn't get your floor seat, I apologize. Because I told y'all last month it's gonna be a sellout. I sat up here and I told you last month it's gonna be a sellout. Please get your tickets. And only the 15,000 that got the tickets listen. So it's a few of y'all who didn't listen. But it's still best to be in the house. If you are a fan of mine, even if you can't make it, still purchase one of those $40 tickets, because the money goes to me. So make sure you purchase the ticket. And I look forward to seeing everybody. And I don't know if I said enough, but thanks to Salita Promotions, my manager Mark Taffet, Win Records, Lani, the LCA, the Detroit, Flint community. You know, I would not be anything without you guys. So thank you for supporting me and, you know, having my back. And hey, last word is to all the haters, y'all ain't stopped shit yet. Y'all like that, do you? Ain't stopped nothing yet. And that's all I got for you. Go out.
So basically what she says, get your damn tickets.
Get the rest of them.
The rest of them before you ain't got none. I told you, I've seen it happen many times. People stuck outside on Woodward looking like they doing something else when they just can't get in. I'm just saying. All right, we're gonna open the floor for questions from the press. If you got a question, raise your hand.
All right, Kyle Collison from Knockouts and 3 Counts and BodySlam.net. First question is for the GWOAT. I got to speak a little bit with Dimitri at Tony's open workout. How does it feel for you to be able to get back in the ring after, you know, all the controversy that came out with the last fight? Now you get to get back to business as usual. And I feel like from what we've seen open up since all the stuff with the drug test, now you've opened up more eyes to maybe help other fighters here in Michigan too.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad that you brought that up. That was very difficult what I went through when they had said that I had failed a swab test and that I had marijuana in my system, because I know 100% that I've never smoked marijuana. I don't eat it. I don't even be around it. So for them to say that it was in my system was very, very shocking. But something is wrong with the swab test here in Michigan. It has been plenty of fighters who have taken that swab test over the past 2 or 3 months, and they have come back positive for marijuana, and these fighters do not smoke. It happened to Joe Hicks. I believe Jasmine Hampton is going through the same thing right now. She just turned pro. It's a few fighters who have went through this, so I think that there needs to be better testing. And I also learned that for the Olympics and for WADA, you have to have 150, is it nanograms in your system for it to be a positive test. They flagged me for having 0.3 in my system. I said 150 nanograms versus 0.3. So what did I mean, that doesn't even make sense. So it does need to be better testing. But to go through that and come out the way that I did, I knew that I would come out on top, because my faith in God is real, and you cannot stop what God has for me. But I think it was really to bring awareness, because these other fighters who don't have lawyers, who don't have money, who don't have someone to do the research for them, they don't know these things. They just see a positive marijuana test and they get suspended for 6 months or 9 months. So I'm happy that I was able to go through trial and everything, and you know, prove my innocence. But it needs to be something done different. So for this fight, actually on Friday, I'm going to take me a urine test, which is a very accurate test for marijuana. I'm going to take one the night before the fight, and then we're going to have to do the mouth swab again, because the Michigan Commission would not let me do it. And if it comes back that I have marijuana in my system, I'll at least have proof that I didn't have any marijuana in my system the day before. You know, because I think that those tests are very, very faulty. And I mean, it needs to just be urine. I don't understand why it's not. But for all the fighters who have went through that, all I can say is just right after you find out and you get your results, go and take you a urine test. Go and get your hair pulled, because that is more accurate than the swab tests are for marijuana.
I also had one question for Tony Harrison as well. Like Claressa said, I watched you fight since the amateurs as well. With that being said, and getting to come back here and do this in your home city of Detroit, what does this chapter of Tony Harrison's career called? What is it going to be called, and what are we going to see come July 26th?
This chapter is called The Gentleman. I was an asshole for a lot of my years, and this chapter is called Being the Gentleman. I'm gonna let my hands do the talking right now. You know what I'm saying? Like for me to be as loud as I was, with the amount of skill that I had, it just kind of didn't add up to me sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But just like Claressa say, and anybody else that want to prove a point, we always got something to prove to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So at this moment, I became world champ. My goal when I started out boxing was to become world champion. I did that by beating the baddest man in my division. The baddest man they said was in my division, I beat him. So now at this point, it's to just go out there and have a good time. I love the sport of boxing. It's really just to go out there and have a good time. I'm not here to prove nothing to nobody. I'm just here to let my hands do the talking, run the bag up, and get to another world championship that they said I couldn't do it again, and then drop the mic.
This question for Claressa. Last fight you mentioned having a bit of a shoulder injury in your left arm. That kind of limited you from utilizing your jab. Do you feel like your jab would be a real weapon for you in this fight?
yeah, I'm definitely going to use my jab more. You know, I did a bunch of recovery. I went down to the UFC center for 2 weeks and let them do all type of needling and arm stuff to my arm because it was in really bad shape, and I fought with it tore. Now my arm is completely healed up. I won't have no excuses after the fight with me and Lani, you know, and plus, even if I only had one arm, I think I could still go in there and get the job done. So my arm is good, I'm good, and I look forward to fighting on Saturday.
One more for you, just with Lani coming up here and seeming, you know, to be very happy to be here. She mentioned having a greater purpose. She's smiling a lot. What do you make of that? Do you feel like it's part of her strategy, or do you feel like that's just how she is?
Okay, I think her name is the Smiling Assassin. That's her fight name. So I think she likes to smile and then assassinate, if I have to get that right. But her coach said that Jack Johnson came to him in his dream and told him that it was time for Lani to be a world champion. I think Jack Johnson stopped at the wrong coach. Like, he meant to go to that Coach John. Like, he didn't mean to go to that Coach John. I think he just got it mixed up, and he may have went to him and he think the message was for him, but it really was for me. So, yes, Jack Johnson probably did come to you, but he meant to come to John David Jackson, not John Conway. That's what I think happened. But, listen, I don't want... but no, I'm not mad about how Lani comes to the press conference or to the fight or anything. I'm happy that she's happy. It is a great time to be a woman fighter. She's probably getting paid her highest purse. I'm getting paid a lot of money. We're going to have a sold-out event. Her family is here. I think she called me out last year when I fought against Joe Nace, but she said I was supposed to be fighting against her, which I don't do the negotiation. I just show up and fight. They call me and say, hey, you fighting this person, and I say, okay, what's the date? And they give it to me, and I show up. That's how I am. And I've been that way my whole career. And I've beaten the best women in boxing early in my career. That's why now it ain't nobody for me to beat except the girls who coming up now. You know, so I'm happy that she's here, that she's happy. Enjoy this moment, you know, for her, you know, win, lose, or draw. You know, I think that she should come here and she should enjoy this, because who knows when she'll get another opportunity like this. And I am a once-in-a-lifetime athlete, so to have a fight against me, she has to endure a lot. And, hey, if she can last 10 rounds, I pat herself on the back. But even if she get dropped, and she get back up, and she get dropped again, or she get knocked out, whatever, I think that Lani's going to smile the whole way through. I honestly do. So I just look forward to sharing the ring with her and, you know, showing her what I got.
All right, guys, thank you. We're about to start the face-off.
Caroline Vieira and Lucia Boderson. Bryce Taylor and Robert Sims. Sure. Okay. Victoria and Samantha. Sir.
All right, y'all make some noise.
Hold it. Next, Bryce Taylor, Robert Sims.
Robert, come on up.
Robert here, Bryce on this side, please. Thank you, guys.
Billy in the air.
8 rounds of heavyweight action.
Next up, our co-feature bout of the night, 10 rounds middleweight division, Tony Harrison, Edward Diaz. Next, the photographer in the front row needs to come up. Now, our main event of the evening, the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world, Claressa Shields and Lani Daniels.